This is Critical Friends Group 4, Discussion 7.2, Climate Change Preparedness with Green Infrastructure and Social Infrastructure. My name is Alyssa Robertson. In Assignment 6.1, we outlined a climate adaptation and preparedness plan for Miami, focusing on improving the city's resilience to climate risks like flooding, extreme heat, and severe storms. We proposed strengthening infrastructure through elevating homes, improving engineering standards, and using better site planning and zoning. We also emphasized emergency preparedness with evacuation systems, communication networks, and community response teams. Additionally, we addressed public health concerns including water contamination, heat-related illness, and mental health impacts. Building on feedback, we would make our plan more specific to Miami's unique vulnerabilities. In addition to flooding, we would address subsidence through foundation reinforcement and soil stabilization. To prepare for high winds and hurricanes, we would strengthen building codes with impact-resistant materials, reinforced roofs, and wind-rated construction. We would also improve evacuation planning by incorporating elevated routes, designated safe zones, and water or air-based options when roads are inaccessible due to flooding. These changes make the plan more practical and better suited to Miami's challenges. My group members will now expand on additional adaptation strategies, including green infrastructure, nature-based solutions, and social infrastructure.
Thanks, Alyssa. My name is Ellie Mott, and I will be exploring the green infrastructure options and other nature-based solutions we could incorporate into our plan. Swales, bioretention area, green space, and implementation of permeable pavers are all under the umbrella of providing more pervious ground surface in Miami. These nature-based solutions are practical ways for the city and its members to provide more infiltration of water into the soils during flood events. This also helps mitigate subsidence under infrastructure due to the more regular cycling of water through the soils, which decreases the amount of shrink and swell that can occur from more sporadic and extreme stresses on the subsurface clay soil layers. These green spaces also allow for treatment of the stormwater while it's passing through the soils and slows down the demand on the pipes and pumping systems for the city's stormwater system. Based on preliminary research on the City of Miami's Stormwater Master Plan, more localized outfall locations for stormwater are also needed for less of a demand on the existing infrastructure. Cultivating more wetlands for more localized outfall locations might be a method of providing a nature-based solution to this issue of limited outfall options. A strategic plan of native wind-resistant trees such as live oak, gumbo limbo, or sabal palm could be considered green infrastructure to combat wind damage to building walls and roofs. It is important to recognize that proximity to buildings, types of trees, and maintenance to these trees are a crucial part to having these trees provide the benefits without increasing the possibility of damage. These wind-resistant native trees have deeper roots and more flexible characteristics that make them able to withstand high winds and slow down the wind current towards structures. The final green infrastructure option to be explored is green roofs, as implemented by the University of Miami. The design of their green roof system on new student housing units proved to weigh down the roofs, reduce stormwater runoff, and are rated to be able to withstand Category 5 hurricane conditions. These examples show the power of nature-based solutions and how they can apply for the city of Miami.
Thanks, Ellie. To increase social infrastructure in Miami, we need to combine environmental design with community engagement and political action. First, nature-based solutions like multi-use green spaces such as floodable parks, community gardens, urban tree canopies, and green corridors, which are shaded walking paths that community members can use to increase socialization, can all be used to decrease flooding and heat and to bring people together. Resilience hubs provide spaces for cooling, emergency resources, and community support during climate events, while at the same time helping to involve residents in restoration work like planting mangroves or maintaining green spaces, which builds both jobs and community ownership. Finally, all this depends on political engagement. Communities need to advocate for equitable funding, supporting climate-based policies, and participating in planning decisions to ensure resources reach neighborhoods that need them most. Together, these can build stronger, more connected, and more resilient communities.
Thank you, Dori. My name is Megan Reich, and I'll be discussing how our plan achieves human, animal, environmental, and planetary goals. Our goal with human health is to increase community efficacy and resilience through the social infrastructure initiatives that Dori discussed. Engaging the community in their own city planning and health provides information about the risks that Miami faces and gives residents a sense of participation in their communities. Our focus on animal health is to mitigate the harm done to animals in floods by implementing the green infrastructure initiatives that Ellie discussed. These initiatives, designed to increase water retention and minimize the damage caused by floods, will protect the animals in and around the city. Environmentally, our plan for Miami promotes biodiversity through the planting of native species and the creation of green spaces. Our goal for planetary health outcomes include building sustainable systems and green urban planning to minimize the impacts of climate change in Miami. Examples of sustainable systems include community gardens and community restoration projects and planning, while green infrastructure and nature-based solutions work with nature rather than against it. Our goal for Miami is to increase its resilience in the face of rising sea levels and extreme weather events, while simultaneously aiming to improve health outcomes.